What about your relationship with Drake? Tell me about your friendship. How did this all come about?
I love him. I met him in Australia, and he's honestly so fantastic and a great friend and a great role model. You know, we just texted each other the other day, and he was like, "I miss you so much." I was like, "I miss you more." He's coming to Atlanta, so I'm definitely gonna go and see him. I'm so excited. Yeah.
What advice does he give you? Like, what does he say?
About boys, he helps me.
What?
Yeah. He's great. He's wonderful. I love him.
What's his advice with boys?
You know, that stays in the text messages.
If you was BG, a nigga that was on Cash Money, and you went and did a 15-year bid, which one you think BG should have came home to? Huh? Or is that too much to give a nigga that gave you his whole life? I'm just asking you a question. That right there, I know Drake would have loved that like Millie Bobby Brown. He would have been all in them DMs. He would have been in them DMs right there. But look, I'm just saying, what y'all think?
Girl, the whole Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef just took an unexpected turn because a few days after Kendrick broke the internet after revealing that Drake and his team were into minors, Rick Ross took it upon himself to expose Drake. He just spilled the tea about Drake's relationship with Millie Bobby Brown when she was just 14. Yeah, you heard that right, 14. So as y'all know, most rap beef is won by making your opponent look stupid. Also, it is general knowledge that there are some lines you don't cross in a rap beef. And when you do, all gloves are off. And at that point, you do not decide how your opponent replies. This was the case in the Drake and Kendrick Lamar's beef. While we all thought it was going to be a healthy rap beef where fans were waiting for who is gonna out-rap the other, Drake name dropped Kendrick Lamar's fiancé Whitney Alford, and from that moment, everything went spiraling down with Kendrick accusing him of having another baby girl, accusing him of housing S.E.X offenders, having his son around the offenders, and he dropped the bomb that Drake was a PD file and compared him to Diddy and Weinstein. I'm sure y'all understand what I mean by PD file. Kendrick accusing Drake of being a PD file was some heavy allegation. Yeah, such an allegation needs some sort of clarification. But a few days later, when Drake's reply to Kendrick, which he titled Heartfelt, dropped, fans were shocked. He only responded to allegations of him hiding a daughter, and not the more serious one of him being a PD file. The only thing he said about the allegations was, "I'm way too famous for the SHT you just suggested, but that's not the lesson." I'm not gonna lie, that line was corny, cause R. Kelly was famous too, and it does not change the fact that he did the crime. But while fans were trying to wrap their heads around the thought of Drake being a PD file, Rick Ross, who also dropped a diss track for Drake and has been trolling him in the past few weeks, spun the whole situation and spilled some sizzling hot tea and dropped some hint that pointed towards Drake dating Millie Bobby Brown when she was just in her teens while he was 31. After Rick Ross hinted about Millie Bobby Brown and Drake's relationship, fans did what they do best. They put on their FBI vest and began digging for anything that could link Drake and Millie Bobby Brown together. And y'all, what dug out was crazy. For those who might not be aware, Millie Bobby Brown, born 19th February 2004, is an English actress and model. She rose to prominence for her role as 11 in the Netflix science fiction drama series Stranger Things, for which she earned a Primetime Emmy Award nomination for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a drama series at age 13. She is also the youngest person ever to feature on the Time 100 list. So it is believed Drake followed her on Instagram and built some sort of relationship with her, but then Drake was famous already and people believed he was guiding her path into Hollywood, or mentorship as Drake called it. Then their relationship began to rise a lot of eyebrows when she ASAS stopped to chat with her on her way to the Emmys, and they asked questions about her relationship with Drake, and this what she had to say.
What about your relationship with Drake? Tell me about your friendship. How did this all come about?
I love him. I met him in Australia, and he's honestly so fantastic and a great friend and a great role model. You know, we just texted each other the other day, and he was like, "I miss you so much." I was like, "I miss you more." He's coming to Atlanta, so I'm definitely gonna go and see him. I'm so excited. Yeah.
What advice does he give you? Like, what does he say?
About boys, he helps me.
What?
Yeah. He's great. He's wonderful. I love him.
What's his advice with boys?
You know, that stays in the text messages.
Now let's be real here. A 31-year-old man telling an early teen girl that he misses her comes off as creepy, and on top of that, she was asked what advice he gives her, and her reply was he advises her on boys, talking about boys, and relationship with a young girl is suspect. And the interviewer asked her what's his advice with boys. Millie Bobby Brown replies, her saying it stays in the text. Yeah, you heard that right, it stays in the texts. The interview caused some outrage, and Drake was dragged for texting her, but if y'all thought Drake would keep his distance, you are wrong, because a few weeks later, Drake invited her to his concert in Australia, and they took this picture backstage. Drake was dragged so hard for this picture. And when I say dragged, he was dragged really hard. For his closeness with her, Millie Bobby Brown also had her fair share, as she was dragged for hanging out with a man almost 3 times her age, but then she cleared the air on her relationship with Drake, claiming they were just friends. She said, "Why you gotta make a lovely friendship your headline? You guys are weird. For real. I'm lucky to have people in the business extend their time to help me further my career and offer their wisdom and guidance. I'm very blessed to have amazing people in my life. You don't get to choose that for me. It's nice to have people understand what I do. Now get back to talking about real problems in this world other than my friendships." She continued, "To all the supporters, I love you guys. Thank you for supporting me. Many thanks to you guys. Sending my love to wherever you are in the world." Then there's also this photo of Millie Bobby Brown and Drake in a boat. This is super creepy. But then if y'all thought Rick Ross made up the Drake and Millie Bobby Brown relationship, wait till you hear Lil CC talking about how she got to meet Drake.
You met him, well, when did you first meet him?
So I played basketball, right? So he really was a fan of not a fan, supported one of my teammates at the time. And
this is when you're in
her,
high school?
Yeah, in high school. So he was a fan of women's basketball, high school basketball. I was her teammate, so he followed me because of her. And I was like, oh shit, bitch, you got Drake to follow me? Like, what the hell? Like, that's so crazy.
Oh my God.
So Lil CC revealed that Drake was a fan of high school female basketball. I'm not gonna lie. There's nothing wrong with being a fan of high school female basketball, but considering the allegations he is currently facing, him being a fan of high school female basketball raises a lot of eyebrows. And don't forget, like Millie Bobby Brown, every girl in the high school female basketball teams are teenagers. Drake following and texting teenagers is creepy, but then there's this old video from 2010 where Drake holds and kisses a fan on stage, and when he finds out her age, he says he's surely not going to jail. But as y'all know, Hollywood is an industry where there are no secrets. Someone knows something and tells it to another person. So amid this whole beef, Kendrick Lamar's got information about Drake's pedophile ways. But while Kendrick was baiting Drake to deny the allegations so he could drop receipts, Rick Ross wasn't having any of those waiting or baiting tactics, and he dropped it as it was hot that BBL Drizzy was a PDF. So Rick Ross spilling the tea that Drake had a secret affair with Millie Bobby Brown had fans talking, and they left comments saying, 13 is wild LMAO, he should be beefing with a prison warden, not Kendrick. We know Drake's game. Drake mentioned them because he already called them and asked them to make a public post online that he never touched them after he released the track to make Kendrick look like a liar. The girls are already playing along with Drake's script. Millie Bobby Brown was probably the name that leaked out to his moles. Sounds like facts Kendrick refuses to actually provide to us. Saying that, plus mentioning the age of the alleged daughter he has, is kinda like, I know this is what you know, and you know cause it's fake. So do you think Drake is really a pedophile, or do you think there's more to this story than what we are being told? Let me know what you think in the comments, then check out this next story.